Good Erev Shabbos, Golf Manor Synagogue. On this Erev Shabbos of Parashat Yitro, I want to share with you a beautiful Dvar Torah from this week's Parsha and some exciting announcements. The beginning of the Parsha begins with Vayishma Yisro, Chohe Midyan, Chosin Moshe, Eskola She'asa Elohim Moshe U'Yisro Amo, Ki Hotzi Hashem Es Yisrael MiMitzrayim. Yisro hears, Vayishma. He hears everything that Hashem did for Moshe, for the Jewish people. Vayikach Yisro Chosin Moshe Es Tzipor Eshes Moshe Achar Shilucheha V'shnei Barei Hashem Ha'echad Gershom Yomar Ger Yisro Be'etzman Surya V'shem Ha'echad Eliezer V'yavo Yisro Chosin Moshe Bona V'yishto El Moshe El HaMidbar. Yisro, after hearing what has happened, he gathers up Tzipor, he gathers up Gershom and Eliezer, the two sons of Moshe Rabbeinu, and the four of them, they go out to the Midbar, to the wilderness, to join Klal Yisrael and to meet his son-in-law Moshe Rabbeinu. What did Yisro hear that inspired him to pick up and leave home? Rashi says, "V'yishma Yisro ma shemu shama." What did he hear? Uba, to cause him to come. Kriyas Yamsuf. The answer is two things: the splitting of the sea, milchemes Amalek, the war against Amalek. Both amazing, miraculous, inspiring things. Kadosh Baruch Hu split the sea for the Jewish people. An awesome miracle that the world had never seen before. And then also a miraculous victory over the Amaleki armies who attacked this vulnerable nation of people that had just left Egypt after escaping slavery. There's another idea, however, about how to explain what these two things are. And the idea is that the two of them actually work together. And the reason why both of these things were important was because of the following point. You hear, Yisro heard about Kriyas Yamsuf, the awesome miracle that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did for the Jewish people. But why does that mean that therefore he should get up and leave his house? Maybe he should stay at home. Just because he's inspired doesn't mean that he has to leave his house. He could be inspired at home and take on more mitzvahs, do more study of Torah, do whatever he needs to do, come closer to Hashem from the comfort of his own home. Why does he have to pick up and leave? Says the Sfarim, that's the significance of Milchemes Amalek. Because the war of Amalek, it doesn't mean the miraculous victory over Amalek. What it means is the fact that Amalek attacked. What was inspiring about that? What did Yisro learn from that? This is what Yisro learned. Yisro learned that even after Kriyas Yamsuf, even after the splitting of the sea, an awesome miracle that the world had never seen before, it was still possible for Amalek to attack. It was still possible for there to be an Amalek that was completely uninspired, unchanged, unaffected by that awesome experience that the entire world knew about, and to have the chutzpah to go and even attack Klal Yisrael, to fight the people of God, an unbelievable thing. That hit Yisro hard, and Yisro realized, I might be inspired now, but if I just sit back at home, and I try to put this into action from the comfort of my own home, I'm taking a big risk. I might end up like Amalek. I might end up attacking the Jewish people. I might end up losing this inspiration only a few hours, days, weeks later, and be exactly back to where I started. If I want to take this inspiration of Kriyas Yamsuf, I have to learn from Amalek that I shouldn't sit back at home. I've got to pick myself up and I've got to go. I've got to march out to the Midbar, the wilderness, to join these Jewish people and to become part of them and to learn from them. That is what Yisro heard, both of these two things together, and that's why he got up and went. I think the message is so powerful for all of us because so often we hear something inspiring, something that stirs us. We want to do something, but we have to be careful to put it into action, to pick ourselves up and to go out to the Midbar, to attach ourselves to something ongoing that will cause that inspiration to translate into real change and transformation. That, I think, is a very powerful idea that we should all take to heart from this week's Parsha. In announcements, I just wanted to share a few quick things. We want to wish a Mazel Tov to Scott Miller and his Kala, Shira Malka Gordon, who's now Shira Malka Miller. They are spending Shabbos with us in Cincinnati, and we are preparing a special Kiddush luncheon, Sheva Brachas Kiddush luncheon to share together with the Chassan and Kala, our way as a congregation of celebrating with them. Really, it was a wonderful simcha. I was zocha to be at the Chasana in Savannah, and it was really wonderful. In other announcements, I want to mention that I'm going to be away next week for winter break, and my classes will resume when I return. Please take a careful look at the Shabbos bulletin for details. Another exciting announcement. We had a tremendous amount of positive feedback from Rabbi Zweig's visit last Shabbos, and people want more. I spoke to Rabbi Zweig, and he is delighted to offer more. So please stay tuned for Zoom Shiurim opportunities to connect and learn more from Rabbi Zweig over Zoom in the near coming future. Finally, our youth center will be celebrating its grand opening coming very soon. Save the date, February 12th, February 13th. We'll have some special programming on Shabbos and some special programming on Sunday morning as well. Please stay tuned for that. That is something that's very exciting, and many other important announcements. Please take a careful look at the Shabbos bulletin, which will be the bulletin for both this week and next. I wish you all a very wonderful Shabbos.